Evening, welcome. For anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Tracy, also known as Not Afraid of Color, also known as T. And tonight I'm going to be doing some fun mixed media with a really fun technique that I know you'll want to try, and some Simon Hurley stamps. So I'll be using the Beautiful Blooms stamp. What is stuck? Oh, magnet. And the die set. I'm going to be using handwritten, which this is a well-loved stamp, as you can tell. I'm going to be using this, which is, oh golly, I lost the wrapper. Anyway, it's a Simon stencil. I'm probably going to be using this sheet music. And so we're going to start with the background because we're going to need some time to let that dry. I'm going to keep the stamp set out because I want to be able to measure. And then I have all kinds of mixed media too. I have here some bubble wrap, and you've probably seen Vicki Booten use bubble wrap if you've ever watched her. And I'm going to be using some mixed media paper. So this is the mixed media paper pad that I got last week. And I'm going to cut my piece just a little bit larger than I need it. So let's cut it to, well, let's cut it to 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. Cut off that little edge there, although I kind of like that edge. And hello, Christy. Hello, Pam. Hello, Randy. Hello, Reagan. Hello, Maddie. Hope all is well with all of you. I know I just saw you guys a little bit ago. So I've got my mixed media paper, and I have to decide where I'm going to stamp my stamp so that I can do my background. So I'm just going to kind of open this out here, and I'm going to use this little floral right here. And actually, I'm not going to stamp it. I'm going to, cut it out. Cut it out. I'm going to go right about there. Okay. Because I want to stamp some little bees, so I want to make sure that I don't stamp in the area. I don't want to add bees where I don't need them. So here's the technique. I have here a pipette. You can get these at Ranger. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Chow. And I have here, I have scattered straw and speckled egg. So I'm going for yellow and blue tonight. So I'm going to start with my speckled egg. And I have my bellows tool, this guy. Okay, but the reason I want to use the pipette is because these things don't, when you drop them out this way, they don't give quite enough ink. So I'm just going to take my pipette and I'm going to dip it in here and I'm going to suck some up. And I'm going to add a big glob right here. Just like so. Put the lid on this before a terrible accident happens. And I'm going to take my bellows tool and move this around so that it gets little fingers on it. And notice I'm, trying not to get to the edges. I don't want it all the way to the edge. So I'm blowing it back towards the center. And then I'm going to take a paper towel, blot it. Try not to spread it everywhere. Hey, Meg. Hey, Elizabeth. You decided not to take a nap, huh? Okay. So now I'm going to come in. Oh, there's the other one. I couldn't find the other one. I'm going to come in with scattered straw. So there's a lot of layering going on here. I'm going to drip that right here. Pretty good sized blob. Put a lid back on. And same thing. And what I'm aiming for is trying to get kind of a centerpiece. if you will. And I do want that to blow up into the speckled egg. I almost went too far there. Want a little bit coming up this way. That's okay. I'm going to be doing some stenciling too. Now I'm going to blot that off. Oh, hey, Shanna. Sorry you're sick. You're in bed, so that counts. Okay. So we've got the beginnings. Super easy, but a lot of fun. You could do any colors you want. You just want to make sure that they go nicely together. And now I want to do, let's see, what do I want to do next? I have a sample here. Okay. I want to do some stenciling. So I have grabbed, again, my scattered straw and my speckled egg. Where did I put that stencil? Right here. Irma, I'm going to make a floral. I'm in a floral mood. So I'm going to do my scattered straw up in this area here. I'm just going to use a blending brush. Like so. And I want to come down here and get more of my speckled egg. So notice with the oxides, I'm getting much darker application. And I'm building this way. Yeah, the splats are fun. I thought, why can't you do it with ink? And then I want to go in with my handwritten, and I'm going to do that by hand, and I'm going to come in with Rusty Hinge on that one. And I'm going to do a little bit up here and a little bit over here. Okay, got our Rusty Hinge. The thing is don't go so crazy. Got a lot in there too, didn't I? Let me just clean that off real quick. You guys won't believe where I found a stink bug today. Ugh. It's almost 80 today here. Gonna be that way, I guess, forever from now on. I guess winter's over. Okay, now what I want to do here is I have, where did I put the bubble wrap? I have my bubble wrap here. And I'm going to take some, where is it? I put everything all in one spot, so it's here somewhere. Where'd you go? Seriously? Come on now. Oh, here it is. I've got Gold Rush Lunar Paste. I'm just going to put a little on my finger. I'm going to spread it around on the bubble wrap. And add some. And just kind of keeping the shapes organic. Building out. And I don't care if it's messy right there. Don't care. Don't care. Yeah, stink bugs is a continuing saga. You're right about that. And so those are the things that I want to dry. And here's what we have for the background. So it's fairly clean and simple versus you know me and my craziness. Let me just wipe my finger off here. But so far, I didn't use Simon Hurley inks on that because I, um, I wanted the oxide reactions. But now I can kind of just set that aside and let it dry. And then I'll stamp my little bees on there. And I can go over to my stamp and work on that. So it's a pretty quick project too. I'm in a flowery mood and I'm not going to tell you why. Elizabeth knows. And I'm going to do that on some alcohol marker friendly cardstock. It's the only thing I hate about these things. They get so very stuck. And I'm going to stamp that out with a Simon Hurley ink. I'm going to color it with alcohol markers, but I'm going to stamp it out with a Simon Hurley ink. And I'm going to stamp it out with, I think Over the Moon will be a good choice here. Because I'm going to do some no-line markering, kind of. Coloring. No, I can't hardly see that at all. I'll just keep going until I can see it. Did I have a gummy? What? What's the definition of mixed media? Oh, yeah. No, I don't imbibe. They're not legal here. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you can see it. So, we talk about how the Stellar Black Widow ink is what is alcohol marker friendly. They all are. So just keep that in mind. Rag. Put her back for a minute. And I'll go ahead and color this up. I can get the paper out. There we go. And I pulled some colors here. Make sure I'm grabbing the right ones. And then even though I've got my little cheat sheet in front of me, I still have to look at it. So I'm going to start with my darks, which is the YR1. And I'm going to do the centers. This one is well loved. It just isn't as pointy as it used to be. And I wish it was, because I really am getting some funky edges there, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Let's get along this edge here. You have to kind of make your own edges when you do no line. So these are my Ohuhu markers. I don't have Copics. I don't have those other fancy, expensive ones. Olos, I guess. Probably never will unless somebody sends them to me for free. Yeah, they do. They need new, it needs a new, actually, I think there's a new nib on the inside. I'll open it up in a second and see. I think these are double-sided nibs. And I'm just coming in here where I see that kind of shadows were made. Okay. I may screw the whole thing up here, but I'm willing. gonna splatter ink everywhere is what I'm worried about. Yeah, look at there. No new nib needed. Just flip it over. Now this is super inky now. That's not bad. All right, let's check it out. Let's see if it does any better. Oh gosh, yes. Well, except for the operator. Um, much better. So in case you guys didn't know, you can flip the nibs. And I'm just following along with what the artist already kind of did. I was going to watercolor this, but it takes me a really long time to do that. And I only, have kind of an hour. And I don't have a very steady hand. I had to take a Sudafed because the warm weather also has brought forth springtime, which means terrible allergies. And the Sudafed makes me a little shaky. Little shaky. Hey, Gaz. Hey, Danielle. Yeah, I'm not mad at my Ohuhu at all. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to kind of do the center first. And listen, I'm trying to look at yellow and it's very hard to see. So I'm just doing it best I can. I like stamps for this kind of thing because I can't draw. I mean, I can draw, but not very well. And not something satisfactory in a floral. I can only do like funky little florals. I can draw flies. And I'm using Hammermill 100 pound for this. It's what I have. I ran out of my um, stuff from Crafty Critta. It's just out of the question for me to purchase any. Okay. So then I'm going to come with my mid-tone. Don't want the broad end. And I'm just going to kind of, and these don't mesh together really great, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine once I'm done. Trust me. Trust me. Blend that out a bit. This almost looks green, but it dries a little bit, dries down a bit. And notice I'm leaving some white space, but it's not going to stay white. It's going to get color. If you ever want to learn to color, because I can, Meg is the teacher. Meg's the teacher. But I think she uses Copics. I don't know if there's a wider range of color with Copics, or I don't know much about them because I don't have any. Pam, right? Yeah, drawing just, for one, I just don't have time. It's time consuming. There's a lot of, at least for me, measuring and marking and, you know, all the things. Oh, that stupid nose is just running like crazy. Sorry about the sniffling, friends. It's much better than the alternative of things dripping down onto my project. Try and blend that out a little bit. Okay, let's grab the, you know what? I might have grabbed the wrong, no, I didn't. Copic has a neoprene nib. I don't know what that is. So now I'm just kind of blending all these out, and this looks much darker until it dries back. And I took away the white space completely. And I'll most likely add that back in with a pencil. But not totally white. You'll see. See, with watercolors, you can use one color to achieve this look pretty much. Okay, we'll see how that dries back, and then do some refining. Let's come into this mid-tone again. Is this the mid-tone? Yeah. Some of them are going to get fully covered and some are not. Just depends on the size of the leaf. Okay. Everybody wants to rule the world. Hello, Nima. A stiffer nib? That's what she said. Sorry. I'm on one today, if you can't tell. I had a nap, so I'm feeling spry. Let's go ahead and get this one colored out too. Okay. Get this darkest. Hey, Jim. Okay, now let's bring out some detail here. Centers. And some shading. Just trying to pull back in the detail that's in the stamp itself without it having to be black. Hey, Tamara. Oh gosh, sorry, Jim. Just try and do some light flicks like Meg says. I'm not very good at it though. Takes a lot of practice apparently. Shadow in there. But this is why I don't color that often because I'm not that great at it. And I don't necessarily enjoy it. It's okay. Could have sworn I just heard the tick of a bug. Now, this one's a little trickier because of the shape of it. Not digging the paper here with this coloring, but it's okay. Okay, so, and I'm going pretty simply with the stems because they're, you know, just little skinny stems. Probably should have just done a smooth line on that one instead of trying to go heavy or trying to flick it. Because I can draw a straight line. No. Okay. I need something a little bit darker in here, just in the center. Let me look here. Let's go. Did I grab Y180 already? I didn't. Let me go grab Y180. Let's see if it's going to be dark enough. I don't like this top flower at all. This one I do like. Oh, thanks, Meg. Um, well, I can't even draw a curved line, my friend. See, I'm just want to blend those out a little. It's bugging me. These are so harsh. See if I can blend them out some. We'll see how that winds up once it dries back. Okay, so now I want to cut that out. I don't want to do, you know, too intense here because it's just a card. Uh-oh, where is it? It doesn't look like I have the right flower. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. I lose these things all the time. It's somewhere. So I'm just going to fussy cut it. Heck with it. I can do that, right? Um, in order to get these middle parts, I'm going to need to use my knife. Where are you, knife? I had you earlier cutting something out. And he said, ooh, you guys see it? There it is. Luckily, this is light paper. It's super easy to cut out. And I am going to leave a border because those stems are so skinny. Yeah, the dye probably fell out in my stamp container, but to go look for it right now would take forever, and I just don't want to take forever. Let's go a little further up. Much, just a little. Anywhere I can get my scissors in, I won't cut with the knife. Some stuff there. Thank you, Meg. How? How did I get the Witch Doctor song stuck in my head? Friends, did you sing it? Yeah, I do. I do a lot of intricate fussy cutting, actually. It's the getting around the curves that is a problem. And I know that there's a knife like this that swivels, but I don't trust myself with a swivel knife. And I don't want to have a terrible accident. The parts I worry about, and I usually end up bending them. I just reinforce them on the back if I bend them. Okay, around this guy. I hear you, you stupid little stink bug. I hear him ticking somewhere. I found one inside one of my little box containers earlier, and he was upside down on the lid on the inside, so I took him directly to the water slide and let him have a swim. Let's get my scissors out. Bobby has not made it tonight yet. I just want to cut this one so I don't accidentally bend it while I'm cutting the rest. Okay, I should be able to get the rest with my scissors. And I am keeping it fairly close, but not quite on. Best I can. I mean, I'm not really good. I'm better at cutting directly on the line, but it would just look weird if I, you know, only had that halo spot on the inside and not the outside. In my eyes, maybe not yours. You do you. This is where I'll run into trouble right here at this bottom. Promise. I know it's boring watching somebody fussy cut. Sorry. You could alternately take it to your scan and cut, but it would take me longer to dig my scan and cut out of behind everything that's stacked over there than it would to just cut this doggone thing out. I did get it on the edge there. No bueno. Let's trim off some of this excess so it's not in my way. Okay, I think what I'll do, I'm gonna get my knife here again. Okay, cut here, cut there. I think I've showed you guys before my grandmother used to do decoupage on boxes, and she used to do very delicate Japanese art. And she would color that stuff with her Prismacolors back in the 60s and 70s, and then cut out these most intricate little pieces. So that's probably where I earned my patience or inherited my patience, because certainly no, my mother was not a patient person. But I read just the other day, and tell me if you agree, that girls inherit that stuff. It like skips a generation. They inherit that kind of stuff from their grandmothers. Yeah, you're probably right. The scan and cut would probably not. Oh, thanks, Irma. That's the Simon Hurley ones. Okay, come over here. Dump that off. My garbage is full, so it's getting dumped on the floor. All right, background. And I need to trim down the background. So here's my flowers. They're going to go right about here. Let's go ahead and trim this down to where I need it. It's in my blood. It's in my heart. It's in my soul. Shut up. I need this to be 4 inches. I'm just going to keep flipping off each side until I get the part that I want completely. 4 by 5 1/4. Uh-oh, what was that? Scissors. Doggone, it's a good thing those didn't drop on my bare foot. It won't, because I know the dye is in my stuff. I know it is. Okay, I need the bees. I need the bee. Notice how he's well loved. And let's see, I'm gonna hand stamp that. I'm gonna really take a walk on the wild side here. I'm going to stamp that in some archival, I think. I'm deciding. Oops, bumped my camera. Sorry. Let me zoom in here for you a little bit. I think I'm just going to stamp one. I'm going to stamp it right here. And I stamp this. Boo boom boo be doo be doo be doo be doo be. What color should I stamp that be? Hi, Nikki. Any thoughts? Don't want it black. I don't want black on here. Okay. I'm thinking brushed corduroy, believe it or not, which is not archival. Here goes nothing. Yeah, brown, in the brown range for sure. Yes. Let's do another one. Balance this bad boy out some. Let's do while I'm flying towards the flower. Okay, Irma, take care. Thanks for coming. I think I'll have one more. And he may get covered up because there's, I said this is mixed media, and it is. But I wanted to make sure I got the bees in the right spot. Okay, so here I have a piece. This is a tea bag. Do I want this color? I don't know that I do. Let's look at this instead. I don't necessarily want that either. Let me grab a piece of coffee dye paper. Okay, so I'm gonna make myself a little, just grab the music. Ooh, I already have something. Look at, cool. You guys remember when I did this? It's been a long time ago. Good, 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 good. Because I really didn't want necessarily. And I'm just going to tear. I might do some splatters too on top of that before I do this. I don't know. I'm going to build a little collage here. I like it. I like that. Light. It's nice and light. And then let's grab a piece of white gauze. This is just medical gauze. Kind you get from the dentist. I know. I miss my friend Dawn. I actually talked to her the other day. Miss Jana too. Talk to her. You know, if I don't see people for a while, I will reach out to them. Because it's usually about me and I figure they're mad at me. It's never the case, but you know what I mean. If you're anything like me, you always feel like you're doing something wrong. See, it's amazing how much gauze you get out of one piece of medical gauze. I don't need a whole bunch. I just need a little. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you. Okay. So see, like I said, the bee would be partially covered, but not totally. All right, let's go ahead and put this card together. So I do want to edge this before I add these on. And I'm just going to set these aside here for a minute. I kind of want to add a feather. Look at me, done in less than an hour. I might add this feather. I want to edge this, and I'm going to go ahead and edge it with the scattered straw, keeping it light. I can find the scattered straw. Out of my way, everybody. And I know what I need. I need one of these guys. Thanks, Meg. I love layers. I love collage and I love layers. Oh yeah, that just brings it all in right there. I like scattered straw because it's not a bright yellow. It's kind of a muted yellow, but it's still yellow. I kind of want some splatters on here. I can't decide. Kind of do. Oops, that feather is a little bit tortured. Let's cut that tortured part off. Yeah, splatter. Okay. So I have gold. I have white. Um, I feel like this right here, I feel like I want the edges darker. So guess what? I'm going to get out my vintage photo because it's my baby. It's my very favorite. Uh, where'd my spreader go? And I'm just going to edge this up a bit. I was trying so hard to keep this as light as possible, but I just feel like it needs a little something, something. Help it stand out a little bit more. It's hard to get those inside edges though, but I can do it. Or maybe help it not stand out. I don't know. I might even come in with some stickles. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Not sorry. It's barely even noticeable, right? Okay, splatters. Gold, yes. Okay. I can do gold and white, but start with the gold. Let me get my splat box. Yeah, those bees are my favorite. Speaking of the Simon Hurley bee, and actually, this bee does not live in that stamp package. I have a little small favorite thing over here on my rack where I keep my small favorite stamps, so I can pull them out, you know. Wrong. Try opening it from the right end. This stuff, once it dries, it really shines. I think this is going to be the gold I need. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Maybe this gold. Maybe both. Start with the lighter one. Where's my little splatter brush? Where are you? Where are you hiding from me? There you are. You've got some white paint on you. This is the Dr. P.H. Martin. Just comes right off. It's weird. Kind of just flakes off. Ish. More water. Yep, I think the darker. You can see there's still a little white on that brush. You really don't want to be wet for me. Okay. There we go. I think I want some white on here too. Yes, I do. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. That's gonna be way too much. That's okay. Oh, look, one of my hairs. Stupid hair has been falling out like crazy. Probably because now I'm wearing it in ponytails and braids, and it's wrecking the hair. Oh yeah. Oh yes, with the white. see if I can get some teeny tiny splatter on those. I want a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make dinner after this. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I pulled out of the freezer some leftover meatloaf, and I was thinking of making tacos out of it because I'm in a taco mood. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the big day. Um, Last season of Outlander starts tomorrow. I'm so excited. Let's get this dry. So you can do a mixed media without doing grungy colors, but you know me, I like my grungy colors. That one in the center there is going to take a minute to dry because it is a big old thick glob. Let's see, I've got some dirty paper towel around here somewhere. Get that wiped off before I have an accident. Do 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 do. Why? So, has anybody here watched on Netflix Staircase yet? I know grunge is good. Grunge is my favorite. Okay, I want to pick this up with my tweezers. Now, in all rights, this should be stitched, but I am not getting out my sewing machine. I am going to grab a craft card base because I feel like craft is going to be the one. I don't know, maybe white. Maybe white. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like the white. It's cleaner. Okay. Because I'm trying to do this is my version of clean and simple, friends. It's not very simple or clean. I love Outlander. It is on Netflix US starting tomorrow, is it not? I've been seeing ads constantly, including on Netflix. Or no, I'm sorry. That my bad. Stars, yeah. Listen, I have the version that isn't ad free, but any of their exclusives don't play ads. Let's make sure this is opening the proper way. Okay. Get that as straight as I possibly can. I do love this mixed media paper. It does take stuff. You know what? Give me this blue marker real quick. Let me color the bee's wings. I feel like they can handle the extra color. Let me color the bodies too. Let's do it with the light tone. What's what about? Oh, staircase? It's a murder mystery, but it's got some insane twist to it. Oh yeah, I like the bees with little added color. Okay, now you have to decide how I want this all to lay. Happy with that? I am. Okay, think. Think for a minute. Let me just tack these down because I might want to pop these flowers up, and that's going to be a little bit of a bear, but I think I can do it. Oops, get on there. Get back on there. It's sticking to my finger. I need a little piece of silicone. Go. Glue all over my fingers. All right. I'll see you over there, Christy, probably. Maybe. I don't know. I'll be cooking, so. All right, let's grab. Let's see if I can finagle this. I'm gonna have to take my scissors, and you want to talk about patient. Trim this in half. It's a little too fat right there. Scissors. Oops, wrong side. Let's use the sticky side. Oh, that doesn't even have it sticky anymore. It got mad at me and unstuck. What am I, Bobby? Dang it, Bobby, stick where I need you. Okay, I see what I did wrong here. I see what I did wrong. Don't break it. Do not break it. That one's, I had it sideways. That's why it wasn't sticking. I need it to be long ways. Where's the sticky? Tweezers, where are you? Oops, there's ink all over those. I think I'm gonna wipe them off before I have an accident. Turn to every season. Turn. Oh, thank you, Jim. Okay. What's touching me? Okay. I'm sorry. I just freak out because, because I do. And I think I'm not going to worry about the edges too much. I'm going to worry about them some, but not too much. Just that one particular branch. Okay. Look at my whole card base is bending because it's crappy paper. It's Michael's paper. Yeah, I definitely like that popped up a bit. Okay. I'll probably cut that off and put it on a better card base, or cut it off and turn it into something into one of my journals. Thank you. And it's okay, Reagan, because I'll be sharing it on Instagram probably. Probably not till tomorrow, but yep, I probably cut this whole thing off and glue it down to something a little more sturdy. Let's see how it's bowing. I think I want that up just a little bit. And then I'm going to grab some stickles. Which one do I want? I want the mercury glass. Where is it? And we're going to call it done. Staircase is streaming on Netflix. Okay, guys, that's the finished card. And I went just a little bit over, but not bad, not bad considering all that was done on here. So in case you're looking for the stamps, and I don't know if where you might find it again. It's an older stamp set, and where the heck is it? Here it is. It is called Beautiful Blooms. You may find it on scrapbook.com. I don't know. And I use this floral and this little bee. And then you could, and I may add a sentiment later, but not while it's on this warpy card front, because that's making me nervous. Let's get this glued down a little bit better. I tend to tack things down and then forget to glue them completely down later. And I don't like it completely tacked down. And I touched the, dang it, Bobby, there he is. Okay. So that's okay. It's totally fixable. I touched it. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for coming. I hope you have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow morning with my junk journaling series. And it's mass make March, so we're going to mass make something, but I haven't decided what yet. Anyways, I thank you so much for coming. If you liked my video, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you have questions or comments or emotional outbursts, there's always the comment section. I kind of want this bee to show a little bit. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye.